correct. So wrestling is shit. I'm sorry, it is. There's some shining lights, okay? Ring of Honor, like their product. TNA, like their house shows, okay? I'm just going to tell it like it is. I don't, if it pisses people off. I think TNA has the potential to be the alternative, I believe, I baby-faced Hulk Hogan massively in my article in FSM because I believed, man, maybe Hulk's got it. But I could be wrong. There might be information I don't know. But I think he's just proven once again why we need, as an industry, to stand up against like this. I'm sorry, but it needs to be said. There are certain people in this industry, in this business, who have sucked every single bit of lifeblood out of it for everyone else, okay? And now they sit in their big fucking houses, okay? And people who are working 4, 5, 6, 7 days a week to try and keep the industry afloat are living on a pittance because these people don't give back to the industry. So maybe it's a good way for me to move into this because right now, until we actually stand up, like I said in my promo, okay? I'll tell you what was real. When I said, sometimes people have to stand up and say stuff in this world. We're so fucking mundane in our thinking. Nobody wants to be controversial. And you know why? Because society suppressed us by telling us, okay, that you don't want to be politically incorrect. So everybody's so scared, okay? Listen, it is not wrong that when I go to a service station, I shouldn't have to see 7, 8 pairs of tits staring me in the face. Now, people are going to say, oh, why are you looking? Listen, I'm telling you, if you understand the biology of how a man is structured, it's a necessary part of human reproduction that we find breasts attractive. But now I can see what I used to have to pay to go and see in a strip club when I was 21 for free when I go and buy a sandwich at a service station. That is incorrect. When I go to that same petrol station and I read the front page of the newspapers, it is not incorrect that I want to cry on the inside because our society is so fucking heartbreakingly confused, okay? You got war, you got Jordan and Peter, you got all this stuff, okay? Now, these are issues that need to be addressed, but there are other people that will address it, okay? But it's not wrong to have an opinion and to feel strongly about it. What is wrong about walking down the high street and seeing a load of 14-year-old girls dressed like hookers, okay, with fake tan, full makeup, in school uniform, which their parents have let them go out in? What is wrong, okay, with me seeing that and going, what the fuck is going on with our society?
Then if that's your opinion, then given you said, you know, your area of specialism, the area of the world you can influence is pro wrestling.
Exactly.
So where does wrestling fit into
I'm
this?
so glad you said that, Dave, because I could spend another hour on that. Okay, so this is where wrestling fits in. I can't change those things, okay? I guess I attempted to by voicing opinions, which I'm doing now, but these are shots in the dark. But the premise is, if there is an injustice, if there is an atrocity, if there is something you disagree with, you stand up and say something. So now's my chance to say something, okay? Now's my soapbox. So I'm going to direct this at the most powerful man and the most powerful company in pro wrestling, okay? You know who it is. We both know who it is, okay? Here's my opinion, okay? That organisation has done nothing to help the wrestling industry. Nothing. Now, people are going to say, well, that's not very fair, Alex. You know, I mean, look at the big shows they run and look at the TV. No, that's helped them, not the industry, okay? That's helped them. That's like saying that this big soft drinks company, who, you know, I won't say their name as well because I'm trying to be politically correct here, but, you know, the biggest soft drinks company in the world go into a third world country and they take over the water system, okay? And then what their job is to do is to take 3 litres of water, fresh drinking water, and produce 1 litre of their fizzy, sugary crap, okay? Now, is that good for the country? No, it's terrible. Is it good for them? It's brilliant, okay? Do you understand now? Industry and the company. So let's talk about the third world that's been left by this company, okay?
The wrestling company.
The wrestling company. Yeah. Mm-hmm. The wrestling company. Now, I can't talk about America, but I will tell you now that Jim Cornette and Paul Heyman and all these people will stand up and back up what I'm saying. In fact, you know, Jim Cornette, Paul Heyman, I think, it's not that he's done with wrestling. He just... He must want to pull his hair out, you know, he can see it. The guy's an intelligent man. Jim Cornette is doing pretty much what I'm doing. He's putting his heart and soul into this for very little money because the money stopped being relevant anymore. If he wanted the money, he'd go and work for this company. Instead, he sees what's happening, okay? Now, these people stand up and they say stuff and it makes them unpopular. But it should be said. Now, let's look. I can't talk about their country. I can talk about mine. We had a thriving wrestling industry, Dave, a thriving wrestling industry, okay? And what happened? That industry fell apart through two faults, okay? Fault number one was that the people running it in this country embezzled the money, kept it, didn't revitalise the product, and it looked 20 years more dated than it should be. So when I go to these reunions and I hear all these old schoolers who, you know, there's some really great people there who I respect, and there's others who have just got their head in the clouds and they blame it on Greg Dyke. It wasn't Greg Dyke. He put it out of his... That's like you blaming the vet for putting your cat that's just been hit by a 18-wheeler to sleep. Okay, he did the mundane, not the mundane, the necessary thing, the done thing. Okay, so that was half the problem. The other half was that this company's come over here and it's completely shown up. You know, it's like you being an estate agent taking me to this brilliant house which is dimly lit, and then what they did, that company did, was they turned on the light switch and they illuminated how much crap and shit was in there. Okay, and that's fine. We had it coming. Okay, that needed to be done. But here's where I have a problem. What has it done since to help the industry that it helped cripple? Now, they come here all the time and they take a lot of money. I would be not incorrect in saying this region is worth millions every year to them, okay? So what about the people who have been left behind? Because obviously those people helped breed wrestling fans in this country, help breed a loop, this is an industry, you know, one of their top guys came from this system, okay? In fact, when they were trying to really crack it here, the British Bulldog, who came from this system, was one of those guys. So what's happened to this industry? What have they given back?
This is the resistance, and we need your help.
Hello, I'm Len Davis, and welcome to Frontline. The FWA have been flooded with emails and messages from fans and extremely influential figures in the wrestling world since the airing of last week's show.
British wrestling is dead. It's a fossil, like you, like your career, and like everything you've ever represented. Liverpool lads, where's Doc Dean now? Gone, buried, forgotten. This lot don't even know who Doc Dean is. Take your leave now, son. Otherwise it ain't gonna be pretty.
Brookside's leaving, Dave.
I can't believe what Martin Stone just said. I cannot believe.
The episode, which has drawn the most viewing figures for FWA since Frontline began, has received rave reviews from industry insiders worldwide and emails of support from personnel in the top wrestling promotions in the US, Europe and Japan. As well as being approached by YouTube itself to place advertising within the show, many people in influential positions have now begun to realise that the British wrestling revolution is something that cannot be ignored.
How ironic that Stone would want to beat him in a traditional way.
It's futile!
Stone with that mantra of the agenda. Resistance is futile. Oh, Kincaid! Kincaid rolled him up! Kincaid has got him caught! Kincaid! Leroy Kincaid wins for the resistance! Oh, Stone doing a number on Kincaid. Here comes Shane, here comes Johnny Storm. The entire FWA locker room emptying out again.
Ladies and gentlemen, going in for match for the resistance, the leader of the resistance, Leroy Kincaid!
Against all the odds, Leroy Kincaid rolled up Martin Stone and won a vital victory for the FWA and a vital victory for everybody involved in British wrestling.
As a result, some huge deals are in the pipeline that will see the FWA's positioning on the world stage increase rapidly in the coming months.